Today on Grease Garage, we get to play with this SC14 supercharger. So this is the supercharger in question. It is a SC14 supercharger. It is 1490 cc's of displacement. Toyota put this on their 4-cylinders and some of their 6s. In Australia, a great thing to see on the Buicks. These guys love putting them on their Commodores. It's very, very similar displacement as the Eden M90. So I'm not going to say what I'm putting it on, but it is... That's laying out there, that's what it is. But there's a couple of things I want to change. So first off, this is the clutch style. So the same way as an aircon works, okay? So if I undo this bolt here, I'll show you how that works. Oh. You can take that bit off and you actually see the surfaces that it binds on. So pretty much you put power to this, it compresses up and pushes up against this, which doesn't move, and that's how you get your contact surface. So see, it spins freely, push this up, and off it goes. And that's the actual bit that moves. So put power, there's a coil on here, lifts that up, take the power away, goes down. We're getting rid of all that, we don't need it. This is way too big, and we are using PK6, which is a belt with 6 little things in it. And it's physically too big. Now I've got my little mathematicals right here, and it says on a Holden Buick with a 179.5 millimeter hydraulic balancer, you need a 77 millimeter pulley to get 12 psi. Okay, the hydraulic balancer I'm using is 155. So that means I need to go smaller to get the same ratio. Now the ratio is 2.33. So for every rotation of the big one, you get 2.3 rotations of the small one. So to do that, so 155 divided by 2.3 equals 67 millimeter. Okay, so that's to get 12 psi. I don't want 12 psi, I probably want 10 psi. So we're probably going to start at a 70 and just see how we go. Powered from the tiers of unboosted vehicles, we are using this lathe to make the custom pulley. The first thing we need to do is separate the section of the clutch pulley. I'm doing that by using this hole saw to cut out the rubber bonding that joins these two pieces together. As simple as that, the first part is done. I now focus on cleaning any excess rubber by machining the sides and the back of the assembly. Alright, so I've got all that rubber off it now. There's still these little rubber squares on it, so I'll just get rid of them, and then I'll start making the actual pulley, which will bolt to this. so as you can see, I have just skimmed that. That was pretty good. Go back to the supercharger and it's fitting pretty good. So my pulley will be in there. So we go first, cut it out so it takes this. And then we got to put those 3 bolt holes on top of it. So it sits between us. So as you can see, there's not going to be much meat on it to get 70mm. So we'll start making that next. Okay guys, we've got that piece of aluminium now in the lathe. So the next bit is to drill it. Trick for you young guys out there, if you've never done lathing before, if you're using aluminium, you really want to indent it first. So you put this into here and you press it against it and you turn the machine on, spin it, and it will actually leave a little indent. And that just makes it so much easier, so when you actually drill it, instead of the drill bit move it around, which they do a bit, it will go straight in. So let's start doing that, and we're going to get the bearing size first, test fit it, and then we'll do the rest of the drilling. Ooh, shiny. Alright, so now we've got that done, it's time to start boring out. So we'll go and get the verniers and we'll measure it up and we'll get that bearing done. But yeah, that's just skimmed it so that it's perfectly smooth.
As you can see, I have cut the outer ring to indicate the size of the bearing. I start boring inside this area to get the correct depth. By doing this, I can do slow and fine adjustments to make sure the bearing fits correctly.
Alright, so it's starting to get pretty deep there. So what we're going to do now, we're just going to check the depth, and that's what the end of the verniers are for. If you ever have a look at them, you see that you've got 3 points measurement: inner, well actually outer, inner, and depth. So we're just going to go like that, and you can just get your indicator pretty close. This one a bit more past it, so about there. So we're looking about 1 inch of depth, or 25mm for everyone else. So we've still got a fair bit to go, about another 5mm. So let's get back into it and finish off that 5mm.
Now that the correct depth has been cut, I set my boring tool to straight and begin removing small amounts of aluminium till I get the correct circumference for the bearing.
There we go. Now that that's all done, we've got to bore it out so this can come through the middle, and then we go to the 3 bolt holes on the outside. So there's a couple of ways we can do that. We can keep boring from this side, which I'm going to do it that way. Just because you flip it, like I said, it disaligns everything. If you're going to do a bore, it's better just to do it dead set with this. So there's a bit of metal on the actual supercharger itself that holds the circlip, and that needs to be 45. So that's what we're going to do first, and then we can drop it down to the next size.
So let's talk about my design. We need to allow room for the circlip that secures the bearing into place on the supercharger shaft housing. The pulley itself needs to have the correct size channel so the original pulley part bolts into the correct place. This simple design will allow the pulley to be changed at ease for different desired boost levels.
We are through. We are through for sure. Alright.
After checking that I have bored the correct size circumference for the supercharger shaft housing an original pulley part, I then turn the piece of aluminium around in the lathe and cut a channel for the OEM part, and then shim the custom pulley. We're on the home stretch. It's on the bench. As you can see, I haven't done the last little bit here. It's because I haven't attached it to the end yet and I'm still going to make the brackets. That will be next episode. Make sure you click and subscribe. Pretty much, guys, it worked awesome. I slid it on there and I can't get it off. So that means it's a good fitting. This little bugger here, we got to screw it onto the actual pulley and it will be one piece, and if you can see in the background there, it is moving lovely. So yeah, so next episode, I gotta now go clean up my mess that I've left back there. As you can see, it's all on the ground. And yeah, I'll catch you guys next episode. Cheers for watching. Got a question. Alright, do you think I should have been playing with this instead of the supercharger? They're about the same size. What do you reckon would make more power? Just a question. Chuck it in the comments and I'll make sure to answer them. Love to hear your thoughts, to be honest. Catch you later.